Hello everybody, welcome to perhaps one of the most anticipated days, at least for me, on this YouTube channel. A very big step today. This is an airport that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And, well, here it is. It is Lietuvos Riga, or Riga Airport in Latvia. So, I come from Latvian descent primarily, and I've been to this airport on two occasions, or two separate trips. Of course, I have collected a few European planes. There's still definitely more to collect for this airport, but we have 8 planes that will be currently in circulation, and then more are on the way. So I finally got like the last few pieces that I needed to get the airport started. Those came in especially over the past few weeks. So definitely some big assets here, and of course there will still be more collecting that needs to be done for this airport, but got a good foundation here. I know I'm kind of in the backlight right now, but that's because I wanted to get the entrance sign. This is what the sign actually looks like in real life. I made this sign just because it's there, and it's kind of first thing that you see when you go to the airport. So this is a really cool airport. It's kind of like, it kind of has its Soviet side and its modern side. So when you first enter the airport, kind of like, I think in kind of like where this area would be, that's more of the Soviet side. And of course, like the security checkpoint and everything that was all designed back in Soviet era. So it's not very well designed, I would say. It really got congested there. At least when I went through Riga last, and I definitely took a lot of notes on what I can incorporate into this airport, and combining that with Google Maps, this is what we got here. And there is still more that I would like to study up on to make this airport even better, but this is what we have for now. And yeah, so hopefully this will get better as we move into the future. And but this is what we have for now. I'm really proud of the effort that has gone into making this airport. We got a whole new table for it. I feel like this airport was worthy of a table, considering, I mean, it's the country that I don't know. It's the country that I most identify with. That is not where I live. If that makes any sense. I guess it's kind of like, its importance to me is similar to, I guess, AS Aviation's Pakistani airports. He's Pakistani, and I do hold EU citizenship. I've been to Latvia several times and plan on making plenty more visits there, especially to this airport. It is a really cool airport, very unique airport as well. And this is going to be the first airport update series on this airport on YouTube, which is pretty cool. Technically, I've already done an airport update for this airport back in November, because that was Latvia's Independence Day, and I wanted to do a one-off airport update for it. But since it has turned into the airport update series, I have the whole diorama here. I said in that update that I wanted to do this as a full-time series, but then I only had like 2 planes. I only had this Lufthansa A320 and this Air Baltic A220 here in the Latvia 100-year livery. And since then, of course, it has grown. And well, actually, I had the cargo planes as well, but those didn't make an appearance in the update. But yeah, this is the airport. So very excited to get into this first airport update here. I guess I'll go over a bit of a tour here. So still a lot of the airport goes off this end and off of the other end. I'm working with a 6x2 table here, so that's I have to confine myself to what I can do on with those dimensions, but pretty happy with the result that we have here. So here are the hardstand gates. These are all A gates, I believe. Unfortunately, I don't know which gate corresponds to which number, as it's not possible really to read them on Google Maps or on Flight Radar. And they're satellite imaging. But I know these are all, like, I think every single gate that's not on one of the concourses is an A gate. So I'll work on that. If I can get more information, at some point this will definitely be added on to the airport. But for now, these gate spaces will just be left blank. So that's what it will be for the time being. But that will be edited when I get the appropriate information. This is the B concourse up next here. This one is, so we got, I guess, I mean, it goes up to B9, but maybe these two count as B gates, actually. I'm not quite sure. It could go B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. I'm guessing that's how it goes, so if I had to guess, these would be Bravo 1 and 3, now that looking at it again. But yeah, these are all the B gates right here. Bravo 7, Bravo 5 have jet bridges. These gates used to have jet bridges, but they no longer do. Or these three. And either they were taken out at some point, or they moved them over here. I believe they were just taken out, because I think that was quite recent. But when I parked at Bravo 4, we pulled into Bravo 4 when I was in Latvia last summer. So that of course did not have a jet bridge. We just boarded up through air stairs, or deboarded, I guess, through the air stairs. So this is realistic to what it looks like right now. And of course, since it is in Europe, it is like glass jet bridges here. Or at least on that part, it is glass jet bridges. They have glass jet bridges that go over the road, and then it pretty much looks like this, except it is supported up at that end. I wasn't able to do that with these bridges, because these are supposed to be inserted into the Darren tiny airport set thing. But they still look quite realistic to what I need. Then this is the C concourse. This is the newest one. This was built only a few years ago, and this just increases. Riga's getting a lot more traffic lately, especially with Air Baltic's A220s, since they now have 40 of them at the recording of this video, I believe. So yeah, Air Baltic has a lot more flights, and to accommodate that capacity, they added these extra 9 gates, and this is the C concourse. They also have customs attached. I believe the customs are actually under this taxiway, but this can also accommodate wide-body aircraft. So we see, the middle taxiway. This will be used for wide bodies. With we got Charlie 1 and I think Charlie 13. Like, once again, this is kind of fuzzy, so I'm not really quite sure exactly what these gates are numbered for the wide body gates, but they won't be used very much anyways unless some crazy occurrence happens and I need to put in a wide body plane in here, which we did get a national A330 at Riga just a few weeks ago, and it actually made a stop, but after flying into Riga, it made a stop and then continued on to Minneapolis, so that's pretty interesting. So quite a cool occurrence there. I didn't incorporate it in this update because I don't have a national A330, and I wanted to keep this realistic to the time frame, which is around 4:30 p.m. on Monday. What's the date today? Monday, let's see, 13th. Monday the 13th, that's right, 13th of March. Very easy for me to forget dates, but yeah, Monday the 13th of March at around 4:30 p.m. That's the time frame for this update. But yeah, this is what the airport looks like here. I guess we'll just knock these two before I get into like the actual airport update. We're just gonna knock these two out because these aren't actual flights here. These are just these are my two Q400s that I wanted to represent here because Air Baltic used to fly Q400s, and the last time I was at Riga, they had some parked here, and I believe since they have all flown elsewhere to other airlines or to be scrapped or something, but I don't believe they're at Riga anymore. But when I was there, they did have Q400s parked at these gates, but I do not believe that they're here anymore. If you go back to some of my older videos from the Riga trip that I took last summer, then you can see some of these aircraft here, and my other catches at Riga Airport. But so yeah, feel free to check those out if you'd like to see more of this airport in real life. But without further ado, let's get into the airport update. All right, everyone, starting in the A concourse here, we have the Air Baltic Fokker 50. Obviously, they don't fly this aircraft anymore. They haven't flown this since like 2013 or something. But, you know, Air Baltic models are pretty hard to come by. There have only been 5 that have ever been made in 1/400 scale. And at this point, I have yet to get the last one, but I have 4 out of the 5. And the last one is the Estonia 100th anniversary livery. It was made at the same time as the Latvia one, which we'll get to at the end of the update. But we have 4 of the 5, so that's what we're doing for this update. And we've almost maxed out our Air Baltics here, but as I said, I'm going to keep collecting for this airport, and I'll probably get that last piece at some point here in terms of the Air Baltics. And of course, there are plenty of other airlines that fly here. Actually, I should have probably gone over that, the other airlines that fly here, but we'll do that right now, actually. So, the airlines that fly to Riga are Air Baltic, Lufthansa, Turkish Airlines, Ryanair. Air Baltic is the hub airline, obviously, and Ryanair, they have a focus city here at Riga. Wizz Air, they have a pretty decent-sized operation. Norwegian Air Shuttle, they're also a pretty decent-sized operation. Probably the most interesting airline, I would say, is Uzbekistan Airways. It's kind of surprising that they fly here, but they do. They serve Riga on like thrice weekly, or 3 or 4 times weekly. I don't remember the exact how many flights they fly here. There's also Finnair, LOT Polish Airlines, and then there are going to be some other airlines that will soon be starting/resuming service here, which I will save for future updates. Then, of course, there are other cargo airlines, but we'll get to that with our next 2 aircraft. Anyways, continuing on with this Air Baltic Fokker 50. This is in the special Berlin and Hamburg to Riga for €49 livery. I'm probably not going to call it that every single time, but that is what the livery is celebrating. On the other side of the aircraft, if you watch the unboxing, I did an unboxing recently for this aircraft. The other side is just the regular Air Baltic livery. Of course, is their old livery. But anyways, this one, fittingly enough, came in from Hamburg, and it will have continuing service on to Oslo in Norway. And now getting into the cargo aircraft. These aren't realistic on where they would park. In real life, they would park on like the other side of the airport. It would be off the table. It would be past the C concourse. But I don't have that represented, and I want to just include as many aircraft as possible in these airport updates. So even though they're not in there where they would realistically be, these are semi-realistic for the airport. So beginning, we have the DHL 737-800. DHL operates 737-400s daily, mostly on the behalf of Swift Air, but looks like today it's just regular DHL operated, or no, this is operated by Swift Air, operating for DHL. So they do daily flights. I believe they all come from Copenhagen. So yeah, this one came in from Copenhagen and is on the turn. We'll be heading back out there. But the actual record was a 737-400. Next down we have the ASL Belgium 757. They operate 738s here, but I don't believe there's been a model for ASL Belgium 737-800. So instead, we're just going to use the 757-200 that I have. I actually use this in a semi-realistic connotation. Still not 100% realistic, but at least it is more realistic than me using this as Asia Pacific Airlines, as I did for the Guam updates. Anyways, this ASL Airlines 757-200 came in from Gothenburg, and it will be heading out to Copenhagen. So I don't know, maybe I didn't know that Copenhagen had like a cargo hub. I mean, I'm kind of surprised that both these flights will be heading out there, but that's pretty interesting. The cargo operations here are pretty limited. It's only Swift Air on the 737-400 and the ATR 72. I don't believe there's been a model made of either of those, at least for Swift Air. I know the DHL 737-400 has been made, and that might be worth investing in at some point in the future, but I'm still pretty happy with the 737-800. I don't really need too many DHL models. And I don't believe there's been an ATR 72 made for Swift Air, at least not in Europe. There was the silver cargo, which I believe that's Swift Air. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that wouldn't be applicable here in Europe. And then, of course, the ASL, that's the wrong aircraft. But, you know, it's more realistic here than it was in Guam. So I'll take that, and it's just increasing the amount of aircraft that we have here and making these updates a little bit longer. This is going to be quite a long update because it's the first update, and I want to just give you all a nice introduction. So we'll move on to the actual aircraft at the terminal now, beginning with the B concourse. And then just pulled into the gate here, we have the Air Baltic A220-300 here. This is in their older livery, I guess, pre-2020 livery, that did not have the green line going below the vertical stabilizer, and we'll see an example of that later on in this update. But anyways, this aircraft came in from Helsinki, and you'll have continuing service on to Vienna. And then here we have the Ryanair 737-800. This one is just taxiing out, taxiing on to taxiway Foxtrot. I guess that's the main taxiway that goes by all of the, pretty much goes by all the parking spaces here. Runs parallel to the one and only runway here. Anyways, this Ryanair 737-800 came in from Stockholm, and it will be heading out to Oslo. And then we move on to the C concourse. Here we have 3 aircraft parked here, which is quite surprising because when I was in the Riga, it was mostly the B concourse that was being used by most of the aircraft. And we have quite a busy C concourse in today's update. So starting back there, we have the Lufthansa A320. Now, Lufthansa doesn't have many, if any, A320s with the fence tip winglets anymore. They've almost all been turned into sharklets, and of course they have a lot of A320neos, and they operate a mixture of pretty much all the aircraft from the A320 family here. This is the only one that I have for now, but I'm probably going to get the Lufthansa A320neo. So anyways, this one obviously doing the turn from Frankfurt, and this one is about to push back. It's moments away from pushing back. The gate is pulled away from the aircraft, and the pushback tug there, you can kind of see on the left side of your screen, it has attached to the nose gear and is about to push this A320 on back. It'll be heading out to Frankfurt. Right next to that one here, we have the Air Baltic A220-300. This one is in the new livery with the green going down the side, like 2020 and beyond. This is what their aircraft look like. This is actually in the 100th A220 livery. You can't really see it because the jet bridge is blocking it, but it does say that below the Air Baltic billboard on the port side, but it's not a really big feature. I use it for whatever I need in this livery. So this one came in from Vilnius in Lithuania, and it will be heading out to Brussels, Belgium. I flew on a similar A220 in this livery in from Brussels on my flight to Riga, so that's kind of a fun little Easter egg here. And our final aircraft here, it is the Air Baltic Airbus A220-300 in the Latvia 100 anniversary livery. This is, of course, my first Air Baltic 1400 scale model, at least, that I got. I also have a 1500 scale Air Baltic 737-500, and I might include that in an airport update down the line. Maybe if I do like a retro update. I couldn't do like too far back, probably like maybe pre-pandemic I could do one, but not much before that because they didn't have enough A220s before then. But this one will work here. So the Air Baltic Airbus A220-300 came in from Tallinn in Estonia, and I'll be heading out to Dusseldorf. That is also the actual aircraft that flew this route. It wasn't this livery, so that's pretty cool to see. They have one for Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania. The Lithuania one has not been made in 1/400 scale, but both this one obviously, and then the Estonia one have both been made in 1/400 scale. And yeah, the Estonia A220-300 for Air Baltic is the only aircraft I need to complete the Air Baltic collection. So looking forward to getting that one at some point in the next few months here. That one also is the most common to find, so that's working in my favor, as if it sells out and, like, let's say Jet Collector sells out, which is probably who I'm going to buy it from at the moment. It doesn't really matter because a lot of other companies have it. And I don't think Jet Collector is going to sell out because who is really looking for an Air Baltic plane? So hopefully in the next few months, I don't know. I have some other models I'd like to get for the time being, but when I can get some extra cash, I will definitely go out for that Air Baltic A220-300. But yeah, that'll conclude this first airport update of Riga International Airport, Liduosta Riga. And yeah, a very fun update here. Hopefully you enjoyed it, as I certainly did. This is a very fun airport to do, very fun to make, and I'm happy to represent it here as being my, not home country, but kind of home away from home country, if that makes any sense. It is the country that I have, the international country that I have visited most, except for Canada, which I have both visited Latvia and Canada twice. So I'm going to visit them both multiple more times, but also Canada's a lot closer geographically. But anyways, enough rambling about that. It's pretty sentimental to do, these airports, and hopefully I can visit it more in the future and make this airport look even better. So yeah, that'll do it for this this update here of Riga, and hopefully you enjoyed it and expect to see more of these. Another airport update coming very soon, as a new airline will be starting service here. Don't look it up. You can look it up. If you don't, then it will be a surprise, which I think is better. I mean, it's not for me anymore, but it was a surprise when I first read it. But yeah, stay tuned for that update coming soon. I'm losing my ability to talk right now because I've been talking for the past half hour, so I'm going to let you have a great day and be on your merrily way. I'm going to head on out of here as well and get a glass of water. So I hope you have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. As always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.